If you're currently reading or planning to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley in English, then this video is for you. Today we're going to cover 10 key nouns that come up multiple times in the novel Frankenstein. My name's Vic, and if you stick with me until the end of the video, you'll have improved your knowledge of these 10 key nouns and be better prepared to read and understand Frankenstein. Let's get started. Word 1 today is undertaking. One of the dictionary definitions of undertaking is a job, business, or piece of work. There are other definitions, but this is the meaning relevant to today's examples. Example 1. 6 years have passed since I resolved on my present undertaking. The present undertaking just means the current thing he is doing. Example 2. These thoughts supported my spirits while I pursued my undertaking with unremitting ardour. Here, pursued my undertaking just means did my work. Word 2 today is ardour. Ardour is a noun which means great enthusiasm or love. Just to note, in American English it's spelt without the letter U. Example 1. I have read with ardour the accounts of the various voyages which have been made in the prospect of arriving at the North Pacific Ocean. Example 2. These thoughts exhilarated me and led me to apply with fresh ardour to the acquiring the art of language. In this example, the creature is telling his own story about how he learned to speak, and when he says fresh ardour, he means renewed enthusiasm. There are quite a few instances of ardour in Frankenstein, so it's a good word to remember for reading this book. I had a look at some statistics, and it seems like regular use of this word has declined in modern times. So, although you're unlikely to hear ardour used in conversation, you will absolutely encounter it in other novels written around the time of Frankenstein. Word 3 today is desolation. Desolation has two meanings. It can refer to the state of feeling sad and alone, and it can also be used to talk about the state of a place that is empty or where everything has been destroyed. Example 1. This was also my doing, and my father's woe, and the desolation of that late so smiling home. This is an example of desolation referring to sad feelings. His father's desolation. Example 2. The cold is excessive, and many of my unfortunate comrades have already found a grave amidst this scene of desolation. This example refers to the state of the place, in this case a cold and empty landscape. There are several other examples of each meaning of desolation throughout the novel, so keep an eye out for those when you're reading. Word 4 today is repose. Repose is a noun meaning the state of resting or lying down. The dictionary does note that it's a formal word. Example 1. The stranger overcame his weakened powers, and many hours of repose and tranquil conversation were necessary to restore his composure. Example 2. This idea pursued me and tormented me at every moment from which I might otherwise have snatched repose and peace. The word repose can also be used as a verb, meaning to rest or lie. And there are several cases of this in Frankenstein, so you can look out for those as you read. Word 5 today is agitation. Agitation in its general use basically means worry and anxiety. It can also refer to social protest, but our examples from Frankenstein refer to a state of agitation as in anxiety. Example 1. I motioned to him to take up the letter while I walked up and down the room in the extremest agitation. Example 2. My own agitation and anguish was extreme during the whole trial. I believed in her innocence. According to my e-reader, there are 14 instances of agitation in the copy of Frankenstein I have, so it's a good word to remember. And it's worth knowing the adjective form is agitated, as that comes up a few times as well. Word 6 is endeavour. The definition of endeavour as a noun is an attempt to do something. And note that in American English it is spelt without the U. Let's have a couple of examples. Example 1. She forgot even her own regret in her endeavours to make us forget. Example 2. I will be cool, persevering and prudent, but success shall crown my endeavours. So basically, an endeavour is something you try to do. There are many uses of endeavour as a verb in Frankenstein too, so we're also going to cover it in the verbs video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do that now so that you don't miss out on that upcoming video. Word 7 today is toil. Toil means hard work, especially work that makes you feel physically tired. In Frankenstein, toil is generally used in the plural form toils. Let's look at 2 examples. Example 1. After so much time spent in painful labour, to arrive at once at the summit of my desires was the most gratifying consummation of my toils. Example 2. It was on a dreary night of November that I beheld the accomplishment of my toils. So those are 2 examples of toil as a noun. It's also worth knowing toil can be a verb meaning to work hard. Word 8 today is fatigue. Fatigue means extreme tiredness and is labelled as formal in the dictionary. Example 1. His limbs were nearly frozen and his body dreadfully emaciated by fatigue and suffering. I never saw a man in so wretched a condition. Example 2. After days and nights of incredible labour and fatigue, I succeeded in discovering the cause of generation and life. There are over 10 uses of fatigue in Frankenstein, so it's a word you'll meet in multiple examples in the book. Word 9 today is melancholy. As a noun, melancholy means sadness that lasts for a long period of time, often without any obvious reason. Example 1. He turned his thoughts towards the best method of eradicating the remains of my melancholy. Example 2. As my sickness quitted me, I was absorbed by a gloomy and black melancholy that nothing could dissipate. Melancholy can also be used as an adjective meaning sad, and you will find multiple examples of melancholy as an adjective and a noun throughout Frankenstein. Finally then, word 10 today is sledge. A sledge is an object used for travelling over snow and ice with long, narrow strips of wood or metal under it instead of wheels. Given that parts of Frankenstein are set in snowy locations, the word sledge does come up a few times. Example 1. They fly quickly over the snow in their sledges. The motion is pleasant. Example 2. We perceived a low carriage fixed on a sledge and drawn by dogs pass on towards the north. The word sledge can also be used as a verb meaning to ride or travel on snow using a sledge. So basically, we can sledge on a sledge. And those are our 10 words for this video. To review, today's nouns were undertaking, ardour, desolation, repose, agitation, endeavour, toils, fatigue, melancholy, and sledge. If you haven't yet started reading Frankenstein and want to find out more about it, check out the Amazon link in the video description. And if you want to learn more words from classic literature, remember to subscribe to the channel. In the coming weeks, I'll be publishing more lessons and shorts focused on Frankenstein, so make sure to check those out. Thanks for joining me today, and happy reading.